Thank you for tuning into the Guitar Department. I'm your host, Joe Alton. On this episode, it's going to be a really cool one. We've got live streamer, the most watched live streamer in all of Iowa, Sparky Sin, is sitting down with us here today. You want to say it with me? Live from the 515.
Live streams from the Field of Dreams, Des Moines, Iowa. Oh yeah, guys.
Welcome to the Guitar Department. We're back, and I'm sitting here with live streamer, guitarist, haunt aficionado, Sparky Sin. Did I miss any titles?
Just mastermind of everything. No, I don't know. Yeah.
That's interesting because I was telling you this off camera, and I want to get your take on this. But my first introduction to you was with a thing called Future Nightmares in Merle Hay Mall. And so what this is, for those of you who haven't been there, you should definitely go. It's still around, yes?
Yeah.
So you should definitely book up some Future Nightmares at Merle Hay Mall. But what it is so in my experience, what we got was some free tickets from a friend of mine who is a brother of a friend of yours, and is a big member of the Slaughterhouse crew, and is a prolific sort of haunt expert around town.
Shout out to Ian Miller of the Slaughterhouse. He's the best. I've worked close with him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Ian's awesome. I've known him for years too. And his brother Aaron is a good friend of mine. And so we went to see Future Nightmares. And really cool setup. You got the guitar from your live streams is in it. We're going to show that here in a minute, actually. But and you've got Servo, the automatronic skeleton, wasn't it, that comes up?
Yeah. My robot assistant Servo. I'm a mad scientist mastermind, like the joke I made earlier, and I built a bunch of machines that you interact with, and it's pretty interesting for sure.
And it's an unconventional haunt because you don't really go through a haunted house the way you do at say, the Slaughterhouse or something like this. You actually sit there passively, and the show comes to you. It happens to you and sort of happens around you with different elements popping up in different places. But you just stay seated the whole time.
And then we take we take volunteers. They control switches and buttons and control the different experiments within the science lab. It's very interesting. So I assume you're experiencing current nightmares because since that, future nightmares already happened.
I have not slept well since that experience, Sparky, and I wanted to talk to you about that off camera in a therapeutic sort of way. But before we get to that, the next thing, so I saw Future Nightmares. It's a really interesting experimental sort of haunt experience in Merle Hay Mall, and then we left, and of course, other than the nightmares that I have nightly since then, I sort of that guy was cool, and so then. They remake The Underground at Adventureland, the sort of slower, more creepy, family-based roller coaster at Adventureland. And so I'm watching again on the news, and Ian Miller's there. Again, he's being interviewed. He was a big part of the revamp of this experience. And then I see you in the background.
Yep.
Sparky Sin himself.
Yeah.
And before we move on, tell me what your experience was with that.
Yeah, Ian came to Future Nightmares and then asked if I wanted to be the lead programmer of that project. Like, he's the mastermind who made, designed everything, but I ended up programming everything. So all the lights, all the moving animatronics, that's my work. So we had people go through there. Big theme park people give it great reviews, which I love. It's really pretty awesome, but really proud of that, especially the intro to that. Like, it's not like anywhere in the world. I think we took this ride that was fun and we made it really scary, and it's a very unique thing in Iowa. I'm proud of that. Yeah, it kind of just showcases, I have a lot of different things I can do, and I love being creative in different ways, whether it's animatronics or music or building things for my streams or for screams.
And that sort of brings us to the next thing. So after that interview, I saw you in the background. I started following you. You didn't actually say anything on camera. It was just you're an extremely identifiable person. So I saw you. I'm like, oh, it's that guy from Future Nightmares. And so I started following you. And then it couldn't have been long after that, maybe a few months, possibly a year. It all sort of blurs together when you're my age. But I start noticing that you're posting about your live streams, your YouTube live streams that had apparently been going on for months at this point. And you're talking about your numbers, your analytics, and how your audience is growing. And I've been slowly watching this. and you've gone from, wait, I just passed 10,000 views. Wait, I just passed 25,000 views. Wells Fargo only holds about 26,000 people. And so you start to think about these numbers, and of course, it's worldwide, but in the end, at this point, you're regularly surpassing 100,000 viewers. You have like European soccer stadiums full of people watching your live streams.
Yep.
And so I guess we'll start at the end here. What is that experience like for you now?
It is pretty surreal. The show actually started just over a year ago. September 18th was the first stream ever. And now we've gotten to this platform where all of 2025, I've been the biggest live stream in Iowa. And and doing music, right? And music live streams, it's just like, to be the biggest stream is also a crazy thing, right? Because so many people try, but it is amazing. And I feel like we've just gotten started. Like, doing that in a year is very quick time, really. So, I want to get bigger and bigger. I really am trying to pave a new path for music and musicians to make money and have a different outlet, because so many of the outlets that people tell you to go, like, go get a record label, go on tour, they're not making money. They don't make any sense. They almost are scams now. And so, like, I went directly to the people. I avoided gatekeepers or anybody trying to stop anything. I'm like, go right to the people, and started streaming and had success. And it wasn't overnight. I am a grinder, work very, very hard at what I do, and it's just been it's been very amazing and humbling, and it's the best show in the world. You got to say that. It convinces all the people. Okay, best show. It could be. It might be. I hope so. Tune in.
Yeah, it really is a fun show to watch. And so a couple of things about it. For one, the obvious presumption when you hear a number like, I get 100,000 viewers, is, and just from an outsider's perspective, is, well, that's got to be a lot of bots, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and possibly, maybe a little bit, but you get engagement, you get interaction with your audience. And so that there's a real-time response from people who are definitely not bots. They're reacting to what you say, to reacting to what you do. They're guiding your stories that you're telling as you go. And so there's sort of, just to debunk that, because I think we all sort of have that, oh, you're a content creator,
There you go. No. And I knew that would get brought up, and that's what it is. And luckily, I've watched other interviewers with the biggest streamers in the world, and they all talk about this, and it made me feel so good about this, because I work super hard. I would never fake anything. I don't understand the point of that. If you fake everything, you're not going to get anything real back. That's not real. Everything's real as it gets. It's all real stuff. If there was some sort of bots somewhere, it's not what I'm doing. And the real reality is there's real engagement. I have polls that I do during the story. Like, I guess if we want to explain this part of it, it's music and stories. Okay, guys. So something I'm doing that's super unique is there's a choose your own adventure element to my stream, and we choose a topic at the beginning. A lot of it's my members, so I have members on YouTube, and if you join that, you get to suggest the topics. Then we walk into the dark, spooky woods. Every episode, we go into the dark, spooky woods, and then they vote on 4 different options. And then throughout the story, the beat evolves as the beaten path in the story evolves. So you'll see the engagement is off the charts. Like, we get hundreds of votes, sometimes thousands of votes on each poll. There's thousands of likes on the video itself, and there's tens of thousands of comments and tens of thousands of reacts. Like, it's just all real. And it does make me sad when there's those people, haters are haters. The internet it's pure. I'm on the internet, the whole chat is full of haters. It makes people mad. They don't want to believe that things can be real, and it is just part of the territory. Like I said, I've watched a lot of streamers get interviewed. Everyone says the same thing, like, it's as if it's like impossible to get those numbers, and it's just like, What are you talking about, man? Like, work harder.
Well, and you've also admitted that you work very hard, but there's also an element of luck to it, and that element of luck sort of makes it hard for others to believe, I think, because that type of success sounds insane. 100,000 views, a full soccer stadium watching you live. You're like, that's That's a lot, you know.
Yeah.
We post our shows onto YouTube, and we get, you know, we get 3 digits or so, and we're happy with that. We love the engagement that we get. I've done some things on Facebook that have done pretty well. We had a short clip that did 701,000 views. That's insane.
That's bigger than anything I've done. I've never had that many views.
Right, so. But as a content creator, that one-off it blew up my page for a bit, but to have a fraction of that consistently is more indicative of it being real.
Well, and being live numbers, that's what's so crazy about it, is you can hit the live button and have that happen. Like, I mean, we could really talk about the 100,000 thing, because what happened to me is actually many months ago. I was about like 5 months in or something into the stream, maybe 6. And then I had one night where the numbers went huge, and I was looking at the analytics, and I'm like, dude, we might get 100,000 views tonight for the first time ever. And I was like, no way. Because honestly, my dream with this is to get 100,000 views every single episode at least, right? 100,000 views, 1,000 likes every time. That's the dream. I'm not there yet, but I had this stream almost get there. YouTube only allows for 12 hours. You can only stream for 12 hours. So what happened is, it was so horrible, honestly. We went all the way. It was about 11 hours in, and then I'm looking at the numbers. What happened is, right minutes before 12 hours, I was at 97,000 views, and I had to stop the stream, and I wanted to cry, because I was like, we're not gonna get there, man. I went for 12 hours, and imagine where I don't sit down. I don't sit down. I wear this heavy acrylic guitar. I stand the whole time, and I play the whole time. I work harder than everybody in the music industry, not to like be that way, but like, people don't play that long. They just don't. And that's part of what the success is YouTube knows that I'm there for hours and I'm doing this thing, man, and I work hard with it. But yeah, that was one of the saddest moments, because I was like, okay, now we'll come back, we'll get 100,000, and then my numbers didn't come back. It was the luck element, and it took another many months until, you know, about a month ago, or a little over a month ago maybe, and then we had another huge night, and then I knew we were gonna do it, and we reached the 100,000 mark in like, I don't know, like 7 hours. I always stream for a long time. That's part of it. But I compare myself to video game people, okay? Go watch video game people. They always play for, you know, they play video games for 8 hours. It's like a job, right? So anyways, I managed to do it in like 7 or 8 hours, and then I was like, that is insane. Like, I don't even know if anyone in the history of Iowa has ever done a 100,000 viewed live stream ever. Like, there's a chance that's never happened before. And then like, but then what happened? This is like one of the craziest parts of my story, is that like, then the next episode we had huge numbers again. And okay, the first hour of all of these streams, I got 50,000 views in the first hour. Just, and I was like, whoa, man, we could get 100,000 if we keep going at this rate. And then what happens is it slows down, and then you're grinding, and it's pretty brutal, and it's annoying with that. But yes, the next stream after that, we did the grind again, and I got 100,000 again. In the second time ever, and it was the next episode, and then I'm like, no way, we got to go for a hat trick. So then I promoted it like that. We're like, we got to get 3 in a row, because it's the best thing ever. And I came in a third time, and we managed to do it a third time in a row. 3 streams in a row over 100,000. It was just like such a dream. Granted, it did, you know, it still always took like 5 to 8 hours, but like, at least it didn't take 12.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, and again, like, not to be that way, but I doubt anyone in the history of Iowa has had 3 live streams in a row get over 100,000. So it's like historic Iowa stuff, man. Whether people care or not, it's not like there's some book writing it down. So you wouldn't know if somebody did. Like,
yeah, there is nobody really that I can think of anyway that's tracking these numbers, short of maybe YouTube themselves probably has some sort of database that they could look it up. But I bet they don't have the numbers just handy to call and find out who actually has the most, who's done the most historically.
Yeah, and if you look up Iowa streamers, there's this guy, I'm Marksman, who plays video games, and he's way bigger than me, way more subs, way more followers. Bigger than me in all those ways, but his streams on Twitch are about like 10,000 views on average, right? And so all of 2025, I've been doing more than that every time, all the time, and you know, it's just been really amazing. I'm lucky, I'm happy to be here, and again, like, I believe there's this world where I can pave a path for all musicians to have a different kind of career entirely, right? Like there aren't a lot of live stream musicians. I know there are other people trying, but they're not doing big enough stuff yet to have the world look at it as like an entertainment thing that you could like I don't know. I think it's something different entirely.
I think you're right, and I think that's part of the difference. Is like I'm a working musician, and I honestly don't think I could have put together the type of show that you're doing. I think that your haunt experience, your technical prowess, coding and stuff like that, combined with your musicianship. You're obviously a fantastic musician, by the way. That sort of gets buried underneath all of this, by the way.
Well, yeah.
In fact, why don't we take a second and just show them what exactly we're talking about? You've brought some clips. We're just going to go ahead and cut from the video real quick, and we're going to have these clips show. And so take a look at what Sparky Syn's actual live streams look like.
Get out your Lamborghinis! We're going back to the 80s! Let's do it!
All right, well, there it is. And so I have a lot of questions here. I don't even know where to start. I guess we should start with the guitar itself. You played a couple in those clips. They glow. They're lighting up. They match your glasses. What am I looking at?
We talked about how I'm a builder, maker, right, and a programmer, and I program lights and program machines and do all kinds of stuff like that. I like to build unique stuff. I built a version of the light up guitar and goggle system a few years ago, actually, and when I first built that thing, I posted it to TikTok and it went viral instantly. It got 500,000 views. It's still my biggest video ever, and it's just me standing there because it's a sound activated light up guitar. Never seen anything like it in the world, still haven't. So just remember, guys, if you see it, I was the first guy, and there's plenty of proof of it. So and I don't doubt that people will be copying it. The goggle and guitar thing, though, I'm tempted to trademark because that's my thing. But I built that system. If it's my thing, and
so the guitar, the LEDs in the guitar and the glasses, they're not only connected to each other. They have an audio pickup, and they're actually reacting to the sounds you're making with the guitar and with the keyboards and with the looping and all that.
Yep, yeah. It's
in real time.
It's the coolest, honestly. I'm very proud of it because it is like it came together. Like I said, I made that video, posted it. Years later, I didn't do the live streams with it. I had this guitar. You know, you saw it at Future Nightmares.
Yeah,
I wasn't
it was.
doing all that much with it. It's kind of a sad thing. It kind of sat in a corner. Like I'd play it and stuff, but I wasn't doing a lot. And now it's like this legend thing that like I'm nervous I want to bring it out to people and play in places, but then it's like I'm so scared to have it stolen and stuff, right? Because,
And I just so we're clear for my audience, I asked you if you would bring one of the light up acrylic guitars, and you respectfully declined. I appreciate that you at least considered it, but yeah, it sounds like it's a whole system, a little harder to move than just bringing out. Say,
it wouldn't have been all that crazy to move. I get so nervous about the whole thing, and now it's a magic trick. It's a magic trick, full on. Like you know, if you don't show anybody too close anything. But yeah, I'm very proud of that. It's this super unique idea, and part of what, you know, on the internet, it works gold. The best part is I don't need lights. Like it's something you've never really seen a lot of. Like I can shut off all the lights and just be the show. I don't need a single light in the place. And if I start getting out there in person to places, then you know, there's this show. I have shoes with it too. I never wear them on the stream, but I have light up shoes too that are all synced up. And you know, iLuminate. There's this thing called iLuminate that was on America's Got Talent many years ago.
I remember them. Yeah, like blacklight dancing type thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't blacklight. It was
light up.
Yeah,
they're
LED.
basically what I'm doing, right? They have lights all over their bodies. They black out the whole place, and then they dance, and you don't know like where they are, and they light up. And I went and saw them in Vegas, by the way. Best show in the world. One of the best shows ever in the world. You sit in a blacked out theater, and you don't know where they are. So you're sitting there, and then they'll pop up next to you in the audience. Like nothing's like that. You're like in this black thing, and then you just see it. It'll blow your mind. But yeah, that was a big inspiration for me to want to do this. And that idea took years and years of hacking at it, because like I went about it a lot of ways, and then there were sound engineers on the internet telling you that the interference issues, you'll never make that happen because LEDs, you know, cause interference with pickups, and they do.
Diodes,
Yeah, real problem there. But like, you know, yeah, I posted that video to TikTok. It went super huge, and then, and I don't know, it's been amazing ever since. Really, it's one of the big parts of why I do so well on YouTube, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
so.
it definitely it sort of brands you. You know what I mean? You have this look the same way we have, you know, our tie-dye guitar and the support Iowa Music behind the AC-15. It's all sort of it's an effort to keep the image going. And yours, the second you look at it, I've shown clips of your show to people, and they're like, oh, I know this guy. I've seen this before. You know, they might not know your name, they might not know who you are. They know that guitar.
Yeah,
because they haven't seen it before.
Yeah, if you're watching YouTube live vertical feed, there's a good chance you're gonna find me. You may not watch me. You might scroll past. It's kind of crazy because I always imagine like, who has actually seen me, right? Like, are these like super famous people seeing me? They don't know, but my image is in their head. They don't know my name. They don't know, but they know the goggles and the guitar as a concept. They're like, whoa, you know. And I've been waiting for people to try to steal that, which is why I'm saying, like, you know, I'm glad I've got hundreds of episodes now where, you know, it's my idea, and like if you do it, you are just following me. Just remember that, everyone. And people tell me to sell it, and I've thought about doing that, but it's, you know, it's kind of like Eddie Van Halen's Frankenstein. Like it's my thing, and like they obviously ended up selling that, but you didn't see him doing that right away. It's like that's my concept. Like, why would I want to sell it and ruin my own bit, you know?
Right.
We're years from people copying me, and more on that. And I'm glad I thought of. Remember to think of this. Okay. It is sound activated, but it also can be run DMX. So I have a DMX system for it. So it can be, if I wanted to make a show where, you know, it does exactly the colors I wanted at exact moments, it can do that. And it can run off of any type of audio also. So like, I always have it set up to run off all audio. So no matter what happens, it lights up with my voice or the synthesizer or the drums, just because that's the best way. But it could be only guitar. So like only when I strum the guitar, you know, and it's like, you know, it'll light up. But I don't do that because obviously when you're watching a stream and I'm not playing guitar the whole time, I don't want to be dark. So
Right. So I wanted to talk real quickly. We're running short of time here for our interview, but your just general musicianship. You've been a musician clearly a long time. What can you tell me about your musical career that we wouldn't necessarily already know? You mentioned something earlier that I'll let you get to, but if you can just run us through some of how you started, where you're at now.
One of the things when I was younger, I love arena rock, Eddie Van Halen, and that's like where I come from, right? Arena rock world, which I think you can probably tell. But I auditioned for online. I sent in an audition for a well-established band in Hollywood called Spectra, and I sent in this video, and then they said they wanted me to move out there. So I moved out to California. This band had already been headlining the Whiskey A Go Go and playing what was called the Key Club back then, which is where Steel Panther had their residency.
Right.
And I moved out there, and literally the week I got out there, I auditioned, had to learn their songs that week. I played the Key Club with them, where Steel Panther plays, and then a couple weeks later, I was headlining the Whiskey A Go Go. And there's videos of that on YouTube right now. You can go look that up. It's all very real. I lived that like rock star dream. Real crazy to get to do that. But even when I did it, it was kind of a dead dream, right? Hollywood, you got to pay to play. You're not getting money.
It's all sort of antiquated, isn't it? It's like a relic from a system that used to work but doesn't anymore. There's I forget who said it, but there was this time period, I'm stealing a quote here, but there was a time period from like Elvis to Nirvana where you could really make money, like
Facts,
bugger off money, so to speak.
Yeah.
And since then, you think about like we're here in Iowa. You think about maybe Slipknot. I don't know their finances, of course, but they do pretty well. But they've talked about this. They can buy whatever house they want, and they can live at a certain means. But they're not billionaires. They're not crazy rich. They can just go buy super yachts and are driving Maseratis everywhere they go. It's a grind, and that's why they're still out there doing it, and that's why you don't see a lot of musicians break through that ceiling in not just the rock world, but even in like the pop world. There are musicians who, once their star has faded, their lifestyle starts to fade too, because they didn't actually collect the amount of money that we associate with those people. The people who grew up in the 90s and see these rock stars just living it up like nothing.
And that's the thing I was saying, is that you try to follow the old formula. The old formula is dead, man. Everybody tells me go get a record label. Everybody tells me like join a band and go on tour. And guess what, man? It is not like that anymore. That is why I've been doing this, stepping over that and streaming, because I feel like this is a new path. Like a lot of those people were following the newest path at the time. That you don't do what people did before you. You got to do the next thing. There's even schools that teach you how to follow this old formula, but it's like everybody's telling you it's dead. I don't think that you should even touch that. A lot of it's been taken over by corporations that are scams, essentially, that don't respect the industry at all. So like doing live streaming, right now I don't need a label. I don't need anyone. I have done something here where it's just right to the people, you entertain them, and I hope that right now streaming is okay money. I see the world, there's this guy named iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat and some people that are really leading the way, that are showing people that the best entertainment on earth is live streaming. People at home or people on their own are making this entertainment, and they're starting to show giant corporations here soon, I think, are going to start buying into this with big money, like Joe Rogan's Spotify deal, right? They're gonna start seeing like Paramount and all these people are gonna go, oh, we gotta give these guys hundreds of millions of dollars because they're the best thing on earth. And it's about to happen, I think. I really believe that streaming is the future of all entertainment. You take it on your own and you make your own thing. And I think I'm lucky to be in a bubble where I might, that hasn't happened yet. I hope to be within the bubble where they start offering these huge checks to people like Paramount's like, we're going to put your stream on our thing and give you a huge check. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the thing, but I could see the world switching entirely into something like that. And it's a better route than, and I'm not saying make an album, do whatever you got to do. I can't say, that's what I'm saying. I don't think anyone can tell you what is going to work, because it's just the system that is very broken. And I wish you could go play venues and make money and tour. That's broken. I don't know why it's broken. It's evil corporations, right?
Well, there's a lot of factors, I think, that would go into that, and maybe that's definitely one of them. But also, I think the message here, the underlying message, is just go make the art. If you have art to make, you have something to say, go say it, go make the art, go express yourself in whatever way that
Yeah.
you feel it is, and then keep up with the platforms. And I think that your platform, I told you this as we were sort of setting this up, that I think your platform is woefully underutilized here locally. And the last thing, we got to talk about this real quick. You're trying to take this out to places. You're trying to find places to go, set up your live stream, maybe even have a residency for a little bit so you can bring your whole rig and do it from there. How would somebody who wanted you to come do that, how would they get a hold of you to talk to you about that?
Okay, if you have an Iowa venue or any, like, whether you're a brewery or something, I would love to take my stream show concept to a place and have it be a weekly residency or a monthly residency. I have not been a part of the Iowa music scene directly yet. This is the first reach out. Reach out to me right on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, directly, and ask me, because I'm looking to make a deal with somebody, but they have to understand it's not this traditional thing. We're going to do something very unique, and I want to take my stream to the people. And there's this element of like an improv comedy show. My show, since there's a story element to it, what I'd love to do is have the audience suggest the topic, then we put it on YouTube and let YouTube vote on what they suggest and yell out the topic. Very fun, right? So if you own a brewery or a winery or a music venue, I'd love to do music venues. I feel like it, I don't know, whoever, yeah, if you want to do that, I'm down. We just got to make a deal that is a real deal. Because again, I'm not looking to just for exposure, right? We need to be a real deal. Like I'm lucky to be one of the first musicians ever who's just like, I am not desperate for attention. I've got my attention. I want a business deal with someone who wants to make something real happen. And
I think it's a good opportunity too. If there's somebody out there who sees this as fitting for their place, if they feel like you can get people to come watch you do your live stream, there's certainly enough people doing it on YouTube, watching your live stream on YouTube, that makes it a viable deal, I think. So
yeah, win-win for everybody.
Something to consider.
I want everybody
for sure.
to win. Yeah, and I want it to be fun. So that'd be great. And also, we were talking about Slipknot, man. If anybody knows Slipknot, I've been trying to get like them to come on Iowa's largest live stream. You guys are the biggest thing in Iowa. Let's go get somebody from Slipknot to come on as a guest on my show. I want that to happen. You know, we'll see, right?
If you get a call from Slipknot, have them call me too.
Yeah, I know exactly, right? It's just not that easy, it turns out. But that's, if you're Iowa, I'm Iowa. Let's do it,
Support Iowa music, guys.
Iowa music, for sure.
Sparky Sin, thank you so much for being here, man.
Live from the 515, live streams from the Field of Dreams, Des Moines, Iowa. I say that all the time. That's what we do. That is what we're doing. Iowa music, man. Right from Iowa to the people like no one's ever done. I'm lucky and I love it, man. Yeah.
There it is, man. Sparky Sin, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning into the Guitar Department. I've been your host, Joe Alton. I want to thank Sparky Sin for being here. Sparky, thank you so much. Tell the people how they can find your live stream, how they can get a hold of you if they want you to come out to your venue.
Well, it's been an honor. You can look me up on YouTube at Sparky Sin.
With two N's.
Two N's, S-I-N-N. You can look me up on YouTube and TikTok. That's where I usually stream, as well as you can look me up on Instagram and Facebook, but mostly on YouTube. That's where we dominate. So thank you so much for this. Live from the 515, live from the Field of Dreams, live streams from the Field of Dreams.
Well, thank you so much for being here, man. It's been an honor to have you, and it's been really cool to watch your presence blow up, not just locally, but internationally, and you should be really proud of that.
We're almost to 20,000 subs on YouTube. Let's go. We're going to the moon.
Yeah, this is going to be the thing that pushes you over too. It's the Guitar Department bump is what we got going here.
Big deal. This guy's a big deal. Remember that.
I also want to thank Riemann Music here in Des Moines for giving me this beautiful Yamaha FS 850 guitar that we're about to play. And I want you to follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/The Guitar Department and on Instagram at guitar_department. And with that, would you play us out with a little jam?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.